Yeah, this is Cactus Jim speaking. Yeah, we're gonna do this. I'm just gonna talk through this song that a boy from Delaware wrote one time. It's called One Bourbon, One Scotch, One Beer, and One Gin. So what happened was, I came back one day. I was renting this place from some old bag in Wilmington, and I'd lost my job. I told her I'd be a little late on the rent money. She said, "Well, that don't confront me as long as I get the rent money by Friday." I said, "I'll have the money ready by Friday for sure." So I went out. This guy spotted me a little bit of weed to sell, and so I sold the weed. But I wasn't too smart about it though. The guy that bought the weed wrote me a check. Took the check to my bank. The teller, she said, "This check ain't no good." I said, "What do you mean it's no good?" She said, "The check, there's no money in the account to cover this check." So I said, "You gotta be shitting me." She said, "No, I'm not shitting you." I said, "You're not bad looking." She said, "Well, thank you." I said, "You wanna go out and get drunk with me and go to a motel?" She said, "No way." He said, "You gotta go back to where you're renting an apartment. You gotta pay your landlady the rent that you owe." So I went back to the landlady. The landlady said, "You got my rent?" I said, "No." I said, "I had a business dealing with somebody that wrote me a check and the check bounced." The landlady, she said, "That's not my problem." So out the door I went. Went down to the local bar. That's called the Dewdrop Inn. I said, "Hey man." He said, "What you want?" I said, "Come on down here." The bartender, he said, "What you want, man? You have any money?" I said, I want one bourbon, one scotch, and I want one fucking beer." I hadn't seen my baby for a week and a half. There's no doubt about it, man. I'm gonna get gassed. I gotta get high, man. I gotta get loose. Give me another double shot of that juice. Well, he said, "Hey, you haven't paid for the drinks you've had yet." I said, "I know, but I got a check I can give you." He said, "I don't take checks here." I said, "This check's good, I swear to the infant Jesus." He said, "I don't know about that." I said, "It's a third-party check." I said, "The person that wrote the check originally is a former mayor of Wilmington, Delaware. Used to be the bartender at the Keg on Route 13. The bartender said, "All right, I'll set you up again." So he set me up with one bourbon, check it out, one scotch, take a hit of that, and one Mexican beer, and take a swallow of that. Yeah, I know, it's a 44 Magnum. It's got a ported barrel though, that relieves some of the recoil. So I told him, "I'll tell you what, I want you to set me up again, bartender." But I told him, I said, what I'll do is we'll do a little trade here. I said, I got a motorcycle. I'm going to trade you the motorcycle. I got it right here. It's a combination cigarette lighter motorcycle. If anyone wants to buy it that's watching this video, it's $65 plus $25 shipping. If it's being shipped to Italy or France or the Middle East, the shipping's going to be $125. He said, all right, I'll take that in exchange. You can have another drink. Poured me some Jack Daniels. So good. Poured me another one of these Dewar scotches, which kind of tastes like it was parked under a mule. I don't like scotch. I'm just trying to get drunk though, and this is the fastest way. Yeah, that's true. I read it about the internet told me, you know. I know it told me the internet. That's where I looked it up. I gotta have another beer chaser. So I went through, I don't know what, 2 or 3 rounds of drinks. I said, bartender, I said, I'll tell you what, I've got a CZ75. It's a really good gun. It's worth about $500. I'll let you hold it. I'm not selling it to you. You hold it until I pay you back for the drinks I've had tonight. He said, I don't know about that. I said, well, the other option is I just fucking shoot you and I take all the liquor in the bar, every fucking bottle in the bar. I take it downtown, sell all the liquor, then I'll have the money for the landlady. He said, all right, I'll take it as collateral. I said, you can drink as much as you want. I said, you know what happened recently? Fucking Donald Trump became president. That's even worse than being locked out of my apartment. And so, you gotta have pity on me. He said, I told you, you can drink as much as you want. You can pass out here, you can sleep on the floor. You can wander back to the bathroom, throw up in the toilet, I don't give a shit. I said, okay. And well, that's the story. That's how it all started. And I heard it from this old black woman who has a little luncheonette in Wilmington, and she sold what are called deer head hot dogs. Anybody from Wilmington watching this video, you know what I'm talking about, the deer head hot dogs. George Thorogood used to go in there before he'd get down to the keg on Route 13 and perform. And that was way back. That was way back when my buddy Mort and his son used to get in fights with the cops and everything. And that's the way it is in Wilmington. It's the way it is in Cincinnati, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Atlanta. There's people getting into fights, people getting to lose all their money, get kicked out of their apartment, sleep in the doghouse with the dog. And the same people all the time. It's the same people that have the money. But you know what? If you have a gun like this, see the ported barrel? If you have a gun like this, you don't have to be without money. Hey, this is a .44 Magnum. Hey, you remember Clint Eastwood? Well, he had a Model 29 Smith & Wesson. This is a Taurus. It's a cheap version, yes, I admit it. It's about $500. The shells are $1 a piece. And whether it's a Smith & Wesson, whether it's this, you point this at somebody and you say, hey man, give me your fucking money. Hey, they're gonna give you the money. That's the way it is in America. And then you go to prison. You learn more about crime. You know how to commit a better crime once you're out of prison because you learn from the other inmates. And but you know, the big crooks, they get a slap on the wrist. Or maybe they get elected as a senator or some shit like that. And it's fucked up. America's a fucked up place. So people used to tell me, love it or leave it. I said, I can't afford to go anywhere, so fuck you. And then I would kick the shit out of them. That's the way it goes. Kick the shit out of people. Rob a liquor store, break into parking meters, steal the change, break into people's houses. Cops come, cops are no better than you. Well, this is something new under the sun. It's cannabis, but it's in an oil form. Good night and good luck. Watch my other videos. No, actually don't watch them.